after 60. Men don't realize women ask these 5 questions when flirting with you. There's a quiet misunderstanding that happens often after 60. Many men believe flirting still looks the way it did when we were younger. Obvious interest, clear signals, unmistakable attraction. But at this stage of life, flirting rarely announces itself that loudly. Instead, it shows up disguised as conversation. What many older men don't realize is when a woman is interested, she's not testing your charm. She's listening to your answers carefully. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Vernon again. In this video, I'm going to reveal 5 questions women often ask when they're flirting after 60 and what they're really trying to understand when they ask them. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss future conversations about love, connection, and relationships later in life. Let's begin with the first question most men overlook entirely. Number 1. So, what does your life look like these days? This question sounds harmless, casual, almost polite. But after 60 it carries much more weight than most men realize. When a woman asks this, she isn't making small talk. She's quietly trying to understand the emotional shape of your life. Many men answer by listing activities, routine, responsibilities, or accomplishments. They talk about how busy they are, how full their schedule is, how much they still have going on. And without knowing it, they send a message they didn't intend to send. There's no space here. What she's really listening for isn't how active you are. It's whether your life feels settled or chaotic, whether you've made peace with where you are, whether there's room for connection without pressure. At this stage of life, women are no longer attracted to intensity for its own sake. They're drawn to calm confidence and emotional availability. A grounded answer doesn't need to be impressive. It needs to be honest. Saying something like, "My life is simpler now. I value my routines, my peace, and the people I let close," tells her far more than any list of achievements ever could. After 60, attraction begins with a feeling of safety, not excitement. A woman is no longer looking for intensity, unpredictability. The issue, she is listening for steadiness. When she asks this first question, she's quietly checking whether your presence would bring peace into her life or quietly drain the energy she has worked so hard to protect. Many men don't see this because they still believe attraction is about appearing active. They respond by talking about commitments, projects, responsibilities, and how full their days are. Once she senses whether your presence feels calm or exhausting, she naturally moves to the next question that reveals how deeply you're able to connect, not just with her, but with the people you've loved and stayed loyal to over a lifetime. Number 2. Are you close to your family? When a woman asks this after 60, she's not trying to map out your family tree or judge your upbringing. She's listening for how you relate to people you didn't choose, yet stayed connected to over time. Many men answer this question defensively. They explain distance, old conflicts, misunderstandings, or why things didn't work out. And while those stories may be true, what she hears underneath is something else: how a man handles emotional responsibility. When reland stage of life, women understand that no family is perfect. They aren't looking for harmony. Can you speak about long-term relationships without bitterness? Can you acknowledge your role without blame? Can you hold complexity without shutting down? Being close doesn't mean constant contact. It means emotional maturity. It means you didn't walk away the moment things became uncomfortable. It means you learned how to stay present in humility. When a man can speak calmly about his family with honesty, compassion, and clear boundaries, it tells a woman far more than any romantic promise ever could. It shows her that he has learned how to stay emotionally present without losing himself, that he understands closeness doesn't mean control and distance doesn't mean abandonment. It reveals a man who has done the quiet inner work of separating the past from the present. To a woman after 60, this is deeply reassuring. It suggests that when misunderstandings happen between the two of you, He won't disappear into silence. He won't turn defensive or emotionally unavailable. Instead, he'll stay grounded, willing to talk, willing to listen, and willing to take responsibility when it matters. When you think about your relationship with your family today, what do you feel it says about the man you've become? Share your thoughts in the comments. Sometimes reflecting out loud helps us see ourselves more clearly. After she understands how you relate to the people who have been in your life the longest, her attention turns to something even more telling. Number 3. What did your last relationship teach you? After 60, a woman isn't asking out of curiosity or nostalgia. She's listening for evidence of growth. She wants to know whether love changed you or whether you walked away exactly the same as before. Some men answer by listing what went wrong or who was at fault. Others downplay the relationship entirely as if minimizing it will protect them. But both responses quietly signal the same thing: avoidance. And avoidance at this stage of life feels risky. What a woman hopes to hear is reflection, not perfection. She's listening for self-awareness, a man who can look back without resentment, who can acknowledge mistakes without collapsing into regret, and who can speak about love without bitterness. That tells her you're capable of emotional honesty when things get difficult. A simple answer can be powerful because it doesn't try to impress. It doesn't explain everything away. When a man can say with calm honesty that he learned how to listen better, or that he once avoided difficult conversations and now understands why, it shows emotional responsibility without shame. It tells a woman that he has reflected, not rehearsed excuses, and that he's capable of growth without turning his past into a burden. After 60, women are no longer counting years or milestones. They're listening for texture. Has love made you more patient, more understanding, more grounded? Or has it left you guarded, cynical, and emotionally armored? Time alone doesn't soften a person. Awareness does. And this question is her way of sensing whether your experiences opened your heart or quietly closed it, which we'll explore right this. Number 4. Do you enjoy being alone? This question is far more intimate than it sounds. After 60, a woman isn't asking whether you get lonely. She's listening for how you relate to yourself when no one is watching. She wants to know whether you've made peace with solitude or whether you're trying to escape it. Many men rush to answer this by saying they don't like being alone, thinking it sounds honest or emotionally open. But what she often hears instead is dependence. At this stage of life, women are looking to be someone's emotional lifeline. They're drawn to men who can stand on their own emotionally and mentally without needing another person to feel complete. Enjoying being alone doesn't mean rejecting connection. It means you're not afraid of your own thoughts. It means silence doesn't unsettle you. It means you've learned how to live with yourself without distraction. And that creates a quiet kind of confidence. For a woman after 60, this is deeply attractive. A man who is comfortable alone doesn't cling. He doesn't rush intimacy. He chooses connection rather than needing it to fill a void. And that choice makes her feel free. When a man can genuinely enjoy his own company, it tells a woman something very important. It tells her that his presence comes from wholeness, not hunger, that he's not looking for someone to rescue him from silence or distract him from himself. He has learned how to sit with his thoughts, his memories. At this stage, attraction grows where there is freedom. When a woman senses that being with you would feel light rather than heavy, calm rather than demanding, her interest naturally deepens, not because she feels needed, but because she feels safe to simply be herself. If this part resonates with you, consider sharing this video with someone who might need to hear it too. These conversations matter, especially later in life when clarity and emotional honesty become more valuable than ever. Leads us to the final point. Number 5. What are you looking for at this stage of life? She's listening for clarity. She wants to know whether you understand yourself well enough to be honest about what you want and, just as importantly, what you no longer want. Many men struggle here. Some keep their answers vague, afraid of sounding too serious. Others speak in abstractions, hoping flexibility will keep options open. But uncertainty at this stage doesn't feel exciting. It feels unstable. And women who have lived long enough know the cost of emotional ambiguity. What she's really asking is simple: are you intentional, or are you drifting? A man who can say he's looking for companionship, emotional connection, shared peace, or even something slow and uncomplicated, communicates maturity. He shows that he's not chasing an idea of love, but inviting a real human experience. After 60, desire no longer thrives on mystery or emotional guessing games. It settles into truth. A woman wants to feel that she can relax into honesty without having to decode mixed signals or read between the lines. When a man speaks clearly about what he wants, she understands that her needs won't be brushed aside, minimized, or slowly negotiated into silence. She feels that her presence will be met with respect, not uncertainty. Clarity creates safety. It tells her that if she chooses to step closer, she won't find her expectation. She won't have to wonder where she stands or whether the ground beneath her is stable. At this stage of life, that sense of emotional footing matters more than charm or excitement ever could. And when a man knows what he's looking for calmly, honestly, without fear of losing options or pressure to impress, it becomes unmistakably attractive, not because it promises perfection, but because it offers direction. That kind of clarity signals readiness. And after 60, readiness is the strongest form of desire there is. As we reach the later chapters of life, love becomes quieter, but far more intentional. Flirting after 60 isn't about clever lines or bold gestures. It's about the questions we ask, and even more, the answers we give without realizing how much they reveal. Each question a woman asks is an invitation not to impress her but to show her who you've become. What many men miss is that attraction now lives in emotional steadiness, self-awareness, and truth. It's felt in the calm you carry, the clarity you speak with, and the way you've learned from your past without being trapped by it. Women aren't searching for perfection. They're listening for presence, safety, and a quiet confidence that comes from a life honestly lived. If you take anything from this conversation, let it be this: you don't need to perform or persuade. You only need to be grounded in who you are today. When your answers come from that place, connection happens naturally without effort or pressure. Take a moment to like this video. It really helps the channel reach others who may need to hear it. Feel free to share it with someone you care about, especially if these reflections reminded you of your own experiences. And if you enjoy honest, thoughtful discussions about love and relationships after 60, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss our future conversations. I'm Vernon. Thank you for watching my video till now, and see you next time.